Okay, just gonna turn this down. Sorry, guys, we're getting there. How are you guys feeling today? Let me know as everybody kind of comes in. There's the comment. So I can only see the comments on Facebook right now. So let me know because I don't have YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, hi guys from YouTube. Hi everybody from Facebook. There, you're all coming on. Can you give me a thumbs up just to let me know that you can hear me okay and that you can see me okay? Make sure that that's happening. Hey everybody. Hey Dorothy. Hey Lois. Hey Darlene. And all good, all good, all good. Awesome. Okay. So I know there's so much happening today, and I wanted to come on and connect with you guys. I want to do a few things with you because I know I saw a lot of people posting there's going to be that mass meditation that happens today. And that would be at 2:18 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you're in Toronto or Ontario or New York State, or it's all the same thing. And so I thought that's a great time to be doing your own meditation. So really, really important if you can still do that. Today is going to be a full day of harnessing this energy in creating our intentions, creating our prayers, doing everything that we need to do to anchor the light, right? This is a really, really big day for that. And so I wanted to pop on with you guys early so that you can kind of get the ball rolling. And then when it comes time to do your meditation, like your own practice of meditation, it really kind of, I feel like it should be done in your own time, in your own space, without necessarily being connected to a device or on your phone or distractions. I feel like that'll be the most important thing, is that we become, they're saying right now, it has to be heart-centered. So we really need to be coming from a place of our hearts, heart-centered, and not from the mind, right? Not in the mind space, if that makes sense to everybody. Awesome. Okay. Just seeing all you guys coming up that way. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Jennifer. And I just want to make sure that you guys are seeing me okay on YouTube. And hopefully everybody from my Instagram comes over as well, because that would be good. Okay, good. Okay, so I can see your comments. I can see all of the comments on Facebook. So guys, please leave your comments. Hey, Jennifer. Okay, so I want to just talk a little bit about what is happening today energetically. So we have, this is the interesting thing about it, is we have this eclipse energy every year at the same time. Eclipse season comes every year. This is not something that's new or different. This happens every single year. It just happens to be that this particular full solar eclipse, the last time we had this was in 2017, this particular lineup of energies. And it was a very different time. Like we hadn't come into the cycle that we're in now. And so the reason that this energy feels so different to us right now is because there's been such a buildup of energy, right? A buildup of this current cycle that this planet is on right now. And so we're feeling it intensely because it's almost like it's ready for an implosion, right? It's been like this buildup, and it's ready to implode. So with good purpose though. So we have to remember that when things implode, when something implodes, right? So coming from within and exploding, there will be rebirth and there'll be rebuilding. And so that's what we have to remind ourselves about right now, especially because I know many are feeling like death right now. So whether it's just physical, emotional, mental, whether you've got that stuff going on, it is like death. There's an aspect of us that's dying. There's aspects of frequencies on this planet that are dying off because the light is coming in with such strength and such glory that we no longer can vibrate in the lower frequencies and still be in this higher space, if that makes sense to you guys. And so let me know in the comments how you have been feeling, how this transition, how the transformation, how the awakening has been going for you, because these are all indicators as to how much work we still have to do, how much maybe we're lacking in self-love or self-care or self-awareness, or self-connection, right? So depending on where you are on your soul's journey and what particular mission that you've signed up for in this particular lifetime, because remember, this is not a one size fits all. That's why not everybody will have the same experience. Many of us are on different timelines. There's that, but then there's also depending on what your soul's mission is, right? So many of us, and especially those, hey, Megan, many of those who follow me on here, right? Because like attracts like, are empaths or sensitives, right? And so for those of us who are empaths and sensitives, we are doing a huge amount of work on this planet in this particular lifetime because we are like frontline workers. Spirits often said to me, called us the canaries in the coal mine. And so if you understand that meaning, is back in the day with the coal mines where they would send canaries into the mines to see if they were safe, like if the gases were safe. So if they flew the canaries in and the canaries flew back out, then they knew it was safe to go in. But if they flew the canaries in and they didn't come back out, then they knew it wasn't safe to go in. So we have literally been put to the front line because we are like the canaries. And so because we feel everything first, right? You want to find out what kind of energy is coming through. You want to find out what's happening on the planet. Talk to an empath because the empaths will be able to tell you, yeah, I'm feeling a little wobbly today, or I'm feeling great waves of bliss today, or right, like we feel it. And the cool thing that I love about this, and we were talking about this at a class yesterday, was sorry, I got some wild bedhead going on, guys. That technology is wonderful, right? We have technology for a reason, and I really, really do believe that the galactic beings give us the technology when we need it, as we need it. And so it's really kind of cool that we can use this technology now to like share the light, to share the connections, and to also talk about our experiences, right? To come on as empaths, as sensitives, and talk about the crazy things that we feel and that we sense that, not everybody else does. And back in the day when I first consciously started my awakening, was in 2010. Nobody was talking about it. I was the only one, and I thought that I was dying. I just thought that I thought something was really wrong with me, and I thought I was dying. But turns out I was just an empathic sensitive who was feeling ascension of the planet. So yeah, there's a lot of us that have been, having a lot of things happen in our lives, and that are heightened because of our sensitivities. So you guys know, because you follow me, we follow each other, that you're not alone, that we're supporting each other together, and we have great purpose on this planet, right? That's really, really important. Hi, Manuela. Hi, Rebecca. Yeah, see, so I'm seeing in the comments there a lot of people that weren't feeling great, right? Tummy ache. I know lots of people telling me that they've been nauseous, they've had dizziness, they've been feeling really unstable. Hey, Elvira. Hey, Karen. Kelly, you're here. Yay. And so Kelly's saying right there, see, great fatigue, impatience, emotional mood swings, dizziness, body aches. How many of you guys are feeling that? Because that's stuff we're feeling, right? That's definitely. And when I look at, a human vehicle that's feeling all of that, that kind of package of energy, that's an excess of energy, right? And so that's this big portal buildup. And I know, some people may be saying that I've been feeling that for a long time. And that's because they're just saying to me now, there's been no end to this cycle. Like normally we like go through these cycles and then you have like, some time off, but it's literally just been going one cycle and then another cycle and then another cycle. And this one that we're in right now, leading up to today, right? This big, massive energy today has been a really long cycle. So hang in there, guys, if you're like feeling all of that stuff. Yeah, I can see vertigo, chills, anxiety, electric feeling. Hang in there, because if you're feeling all of that stuff, it means that you are transmuting these energies, right? And that's a lot of people don't realize. Hey, Michelle. Yeah, exhausted, cluster headaches. Yeah. And so a lot of souls don't understand the role of transmuters yet. And so as an empath sensitive, we are transmuters. So literally these energies are coming into the planet. Our human vehicles are acting like sponges, but we bring in the energies, we transmute them. So we send them down to Mother Gaia, and then they get changed into light codes, light frequencies, and then they come back up for everybody. And so we've been working hard. I can tell you in the last few nights, the intensity of the electric feeling in the body has been like, I literally felt like I could shake my legs and lightning bolts would come out of them. That's how intense it's been. And I can tell you this one thing that is helpful though, and they're just saying to me right now, is hydration. So because we are electric vehicles, right? We have electricity running through us and we're bringing in huge amounts of frequency, which feels like very powerful electricity. We need to balance that with hydration. So you probably would notice that if you were near the water or when you're having a bath or a shower, or that you would probably be feeling a bit better, right? It makes you feel, let me know in the comments if that makes sense to you, if it makes you feel a little bit better. And so not all of us can be blessed enough to be, close enough to water. And here in Ontario, we've just come through winter and had some more snow and more winter. So we're not swimming in pools or in the ocean right now. So we need to hydrate. So do yourself a favor, huge favor today. Get yourself some really good, clean water. Gotta pause for the cause. Make sure you're drinking a lot of water. And make sure that your water is good. Make sure that it's not tap water. Please do not drink tap water from anywhere. I don't care where you are. Spring water is the best for us with the natural minerals in it. But then we can also create live water just by adding, we can do in the morning, I do lemon and ginger and honey. And I do honey because I'm feeding my adrenal glands and my thyroid. And so if somebody suffers from fatigue or low energy, you can put the honey in there. It's a very therapeutic. And then another one you can do is maple syrup and lime. And what that does is it activates the cells in the water, and it creates that energy in your body, that the glucose for your brain, for your adrenal glands, for your thyroid, that your body instantly uses. And you will notice that if you are drinking tons and tons and tons of live water, that you will feel better. Because I can tell you this, the people that are around me that are not drinking their water or not doing their liquids, they're feeling really crappy. Like they're not feeling good at all. So easy, like I know it's when you have so much on your plate and so many things to take care of, um, and so busy that sometimes you can miss the little things. And hydration is, to me, is a huge thing, but it's sometimes things that people will miss because they think that it's too easy to do. So water, 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 live water, live water. Kelly gets a craving lemon water by the bucket. Good girl. That's awesome. Michelle, so it doesn't matter whether it's hot or cold, whatever you like, but if you are a tea drinker or a coffee drinker, remember that anything that has caffeine in it is hot, is dehydrating. So it will do the opposite, right? So if you're a coffee drinker, you're still doing the caffeine, you've got to add more because that caffeine dehydrates you. So make sure that you are doing that. Yeah, so Claire's saying boils up lemon, honey, fresh ginger. So you don't want to boil your lemon and you don't want to boil your honey or your ginger. Sorry, that you want to keep all those in the raw states. When those things are, when the lemon is raw, the ginger is raw, the honey is raw, they are in their strongest potency. So as soon as you add hot water to it, it lowers the potency of it. I know it can be confusing, right? Because when you put herbs into hot water, right, when you make a tea infusion, it does the opposite. It brings out the potency. But when we talk about lemon, ginger, honey, we want them to be all raw. Those are really, really powerful raw foods. Just like celery juice. If you guys, does anybody do the celery juice? I do the lemon, ginger, honey in the morning, and then 30 minutes later, I do my celery juice because I'm working on cleaning, right? I'm cleansing, I'm still healing. So really, really important to use all of the tools. Yeah, so kidney stone survivor. Yeah, so definitely need lots and lots of hydration, Lori, for sure. Yes. Okay. Okay, guys. So easy things to do. If you get a couple of things out of today that's going to help you through today, then that's, you know, do the hydration, do the, fill your body with live food today if you can. Stay away from the grains, stay away from the filler foods, right? Stay away from, if you're still doing gluten and eggs and all of that, do yourself a favor today and just kind of stay off of it because there's going to be so much transformational energy that comes through. You're going to need every single tool that you have to help you acclimate to it, right? Remember, these frequencies are high. They're about expansion. They're about awareness. As we come through this cycle, there will be a noticeable shift on this planet. And this is your opportunity to be part of that, right? To have that capability to feel that expansion, right? Your cells are literally changing. Is anybody, let me know in the comments if you've been noticing like it's just a cellular change, like so it could feel like tingling or an awakening. There's something because everybody's different, but let me know if you're noticing like on a cellular, so very, very deep within you. They're saying structural change. So like very, very deep changing. And remember, here's the thing I want you to remember. Change does not always, when we talk about in the spiritual community, you know, ascension, awakening, it's not always, and at least in my experiences, it's not always rainbows and unicorns and, you know, soft fluffy and sparkles and feel. It's not, it's pain and discomfort and head pressure and sinus pressure and digestive things. That's energy moving in your body, right? The difference between being just physically sick and having illness in your body and then having the ascension stuff, though, is that the ascension stuff moves, right? It's constantly moving. So when a wave comes in, you may feel all of that stuff, the headache, the nausea, the blah, 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 but then it moves out. right? So remember that if something is physically going on in your body that you need physical attention to, so whether you need medical attention or you need to start cleaning up your, your diet or your all of that, that stuff won't move, right? Like it sticks and it stays. And that'll mean like headaches that don't go away, that nausea that doesn't go away, aches and pains that don't go away. That stuff is like your physical body needs some really acute help, right? So keep that in mind so that you're not bypassing, because I can tell you part of the thing that, led up to, me being really, really sick last year was that kind of spiritual bypassing stuff, right? Oh, these are just my ascension symptoms. Oh, this is just ascension stuff. Well, even if it was ascension stuff, it was still my human avatar needed some help. And I was thinking that prayer and meditation and intentions were going to be enough, but it was not enough for me. So keep that in mind for you, because right now, strong bodies will be really, really important, right? The stronger your vessel is, the easier it is for you to carry the light and hold the light. You can't have a sick vessel and hold the light in the way that we need to do it right now. The two just do not go together. So keep in mind, you got to do that. That's that whole balance. Even though we are souls, we are pure consciousness, we are driving human vehicles, and the human vehicles need oil changes and new paint jobs and new brakes. And so keep that in mind, guys, because that's really, really important. Kelly saying the headaches and the ear ringing constantly. So yes, so the ear ringing to me, that is, it can be a lot of things, because you would look at your blood pressure. Do you have high blood pressure? Because that can be an indication of excess energy with that. But the ear ringing also is ascension, right? That's part of the ascension energy that's coming through. Just having that, you're clairsentient, you're clairaudient, right? You're beginning to hear things, right? That is opening up for us as well. But the headaches for sure. Again, if they're just staying and they're not leaving, that's your human vehicle needing some help. That human vehicle needs some help. Okay. Deborah saying goosebumps perpetual. So goosebumps are awesome, right? Because goosebumps are validation. Whenever you feel goosebumps, that's your team coming in and giving you validation. So always remember that they communicate on the most subtle levels, in the subtle ways, right? So remind yourself about that. Okay, so does anybody have any questions or anything before we kind of go in, dig in, and create our space, create our intentions for today? Do me a favor, everybody that's watching right now, and if you watch this on the replay, I want you to still do this. Take a moment, just a moment, and just check in with yourself. Because you know how when I say, how are you doing? Notice and pay attention, like where's the first place that you go to? Like when I say, how are you doing? Do you go here for your answer? Do you start to think about your answer? And I want you to switch that up. I want you to start having the awareness of that self-connection. When somebody says, how are you doing, or how are you feeling? I want you to take a bit of a breath, and I want you to go into your heart. I want you to feel that, and I want you to ask your being. How are we doing? I want you to feel into that. And you'll notice that this can be a lot different from this, right? There can be a big difference, because if your mind is busy and preoccupied with past, future problems, all of that, your answer and your response will be much different. And if you answer and respond from this point, and this point says, oh, I'm this, and oh, I'm that, it's not really an accurate it's not an accurate view of really kind of what is going on. So if you take a moment and you kind of just heart-centered, and somebody asks you, how are you doing? Ask yourself, for sure, check in, And when you go in and you check in, and then you can be like, oh yeah, you know what? Okay, I might be feeling, maybe I'm feeling a little tired. I'm feeling a little tired. I'm feeling maybe just a little bit ungrounded and a little bit wobbly. And that's because I know this energy is coming through though. And so when I do that check-in and I go, okay, so if I'm feeling a little tired, a little ungrounded, what does that mean for me? How do I support myself the best in that way? So for me, that would be slowing things down, not juggling 20 things at once. It'll mean taking more time out. So maybe grabbing one of my books and reading a book, checking in with my breath, making sure that I stay hydrated, making sure that I'm doing this, making sure that I'm resting. So if I need to, even if I don't have, too much time, just closing my eyes and then communicating with the nerves in my body, so my nervous system, and saying, I'm resting now, I'm relaxing, I'm recharging. And when you do that, you will feel a regeneration in your cells, right? Our cells are constantly listening to input, right? Every system in our body does. And that's why I say don't always rely on this input, because this input can leave us feeling scattered, right? And ungrounded and unstable. But if we go into our heart center, then we can really kind of get a true check-in and a calmer, okay, well, this is what we need to do. This will support us best. Does that make sense to everybody? Does that make sense to you guys? Okay. So let's go in and let's just do, and if you're watching this on the replay, that's awesome, because you can go in and, watch this whenever you can today. This is going to be the thing. So, we have the clips happening at a specific time. I think it's at like the 2:15 or 2:20 Eastern Standard Time. Depends on where you are in the world. But it's going to be like a big window of it happening, right? It doesn't just, and then it's over. It's like this window. And so I don't know about you, but I won't be able to sit in meditation for 3 hours. I can't. I'm not a 3-hour meditator. So what I'm going to do today instead is we're going to do like just a little bit of everything together. But then I want you just to go out and do your day in the light. That's how I want you to do. So the rest of the day in the light. So however that works out for you, whether it's 5 minutes of meditation or, an hour of mindfulness, however that plays out for you, just let it kind of go. The idea of today that's going to help us all the most is that flow, right? Just flow. And we don't want to resist anything. We don't want to get into fear about anything. We don't want to fast track anything. We are allowing everything to flow. Does that make sense for you guys? The flow, right? When we talk about flow, we want things to flow through us. And they're just showing me no right now. So for some of you, that may be like your thing today. Like you say no to that person, to that family member, to that. No. So keep that in mind, right? No is a very, very powerful word that especially an empath or sensitive needs to learn how to use, needs to put that stop sign up and say no. Remind yourself about that today. Today is going to be a day of bringing energy in, acclimating the energy, using the energy for your healing, right? So much valuable energy coming in. And it's not going to be a day where you're giving and giving and giving. You're going to be receiving. It's going to be a day of receiving, okay? Okay, so make sure that that's what your intentions are. Oh, Lori, I love you. You're so beautiful. Thank you. Okay, so Let's do a prayer together, guys. And so remember, prayer is one of the most powerful tools that we have available to us. If you're not using prayer daily, multiple times a day, please start to bring that into your life. It's been something that I have always done, but I can tell you I fell out of doing my prayer in a heart-centered way for a long time. And it really led to a big disconnection. So I routinely, before I get out of bed in the morning, I do my prayer. And then before I go to sleep at night, I do my prayers as well. So feel into that, because what it just does is it reestablishes our connection. Okay, so when we go into prayer because we are opening up communication, we are asking, right? And it's really, really important that when we do prayer, that because we are asking, right? In prayer, we ask, in meditation, we receive. When we are asking in prayer, it's really, really important that we ask through the frequency of love, right? And so that would be through the vibration of gratitude. So here's the thing where prayer doesn't always work for some people, is because if the only time you pray is when things are going really bad and when you're feeling not great and you're begging and you're pleading and you're groveling, when you're doing that that's through the frequency of fear. And so when we go through fear comes back. So remind yourself about that. Whatever we put out comes back. It's the boomerang effect, right? It comes back to us. So really be mindful when you're praying that you're praying from your heart, and then you're starting with a prayer of gratitude. So you're going through and you are acknowledging everything that you have to be grateful for, right? And it can be simple. It could be you could spend as much time in that as you'd like, right? You can go through, your day. You can go through the moments of what you were grateful for. Sometimes it can just be, the sun came out and the sky was blue. It can be maybe for your pets, your children, you guys can hear that. My puppy Sasha's dreaming beside me. She's in another realm. You might hear her, that whimpering, that's her dreaming. Funny that we're talking about prayers and now she's like into another realm. So let's just do that right now. I want you guys just to get kind of comfortable, get into a comfortable place. Now remember, your prayer needs a destination, right? You need to be praying to something, to someone. And so make sure that that is clear with you. Make sure that you know who you're praying to. I'm not going to tell you who to pray to, because wherever you are on your spiritual journey, your spiritual path, that will be where your connection is right now. You may want to pray to Jesus. You may want to pray to the angels. You may want to pray to Buddha, to God, whoever. I start my prayers with God. That's my, God is all consciousness to me. I am God. That's my source. So that's where I begin my prayers too. And of course, I believe that all of the archangels work through God, and they are kind of like the tier down. They're like the customer service level. They help us. He's like the manager. They're the customer service. So let's go in and let's just create our prayer. And remember, prayer needs to sound like you. It needs to come from you, sounding like you. It needs to come from your heart. It doesn't have to have any special words. You don't need to, be quoting the Bible. You don't need to, it needs to be heartfelt. Okay. So let's just go in and let's just connect right now with ourselves. So and sometimes you will find that putting the palms of your hands together, right, is very grounding, connecting. It's grounding and connecting for your vehicle. And you might find today doing this several times, like when you're just kind of feeling a little wobbly, a little off, is helping you, that it will help you. This is also part of the, somatic healing. There's a technique called the havening touch. If you haven't heard of that, but that's just simply, you can do this, but also it can just be, your palms together touching, brings comfort to your nervous system, right? It stabilizes your nervous system and sends a message to your amygdala and your brain and all of that, so that everything is okay, that you're okay. And so you can do that, and you can bring your hands to your heart center, to your chest, so that you can feel that. When we talk about the heart coherence, right, that's the mind body connection. So connecting mind body, all being one connection, so that everything's communicating well. And always bring your awareness to your breath, right? Your breath is one of your most powerful tools, that you can create flow and healing, rejuvenating with your breath. And just make sure that you're getting some breath down into your belly. You don't want to just be breathing through your chest. You want to get into your belly, because your diaphragm is there. And when your diaphragm expands and contracts, your body releases all of the feel-good hormones into your blood, which counteracts all of the stress hormones like the cortisol and adrenaline. And so just take a couple minutes now. Maybe before you start your prayer, you just have the awareness of how you're feeling. And just noticing that what you're sitting on or laying on, just feeling the weight of your body, the connection of your body to these pieces of furniture that are supporting you, that are giving you support right now. And just tune into that area where that connection happens. So if you're sitting, see where the back of your legs are. Feel that support. And go down to your feet and feel the support of your feet on the earth. I have my feet on my grounding mat right now. I use a grounding mat whenever I'm at my desk working, whenever I'm on electronics, because I'm sensitive to the EMFs. And you might hear my puppy Maya snore or take a deep breath, because she does do that. Animals intuitively know how to ground and release. And once you do this, you can just then bring your attention to your heart center and just go through in your own words and ask for connection. It's good to be asked to be blessed. And it's good today for us to ask to be held in the light. This will be important. We can ask to be anchored in the light and held in the light, protected in the light. And healed in the light. Just take a moment to just go through what you're thankful for. Just say thank you so much for helping me to be here today. And thank you for giving me strength. And thank you for healing me and guiding me and inspiring me. And if you're struggling to feel gratitude for things because you're struggling right now, just look for the gratitude you feel in the smallest things. Again, it could be just hearing the birds or seeing the sun, or maybe it was your lemon water that's making you feel good, or your puppy that is sitting beside you at your feet. Just find some things to show your gratitude towards right now and allow that feeling of love through the gratitude just flow through your body. Just knowing that your cells are listening to every frequency that you're bringing in through your thoughts, through your words, through your emotions. The intelligence in your body and all your systems are listening to what you are thinking and feeling and saying and doing. And just know as we come together in this light, there's a very powerful connection that is happening. And you may feel the awareness of this right now of all of the light workers on this planet, all of the souls who are on the mission of holding space and anchoring light. We're all connecting now. We're all connecting and creating this massive, beautiful force field of energy. And just feel outside of your own physical being right now and notice the lightness. Maybe you can see colors or feel colors, but just notice the lightness of it. And just feel the texture of it, the gentleness, the calmness, the lightness of it. And just notice how it can be light and strong at the same time. And that strength is through connection. It's through all of us connecting, our heart centers connecting, bringing in the light, anchoring the light, holding the light, shining the light. We are all beacons of light right now. And we are on full blast, fully shining our lights, fully connecting our lights to create one massive, powerful light that holds space for everything. And now take a moment to create some intentions for yourself. Because yes, you are a light worker, you are on a mission, your soul is here to activate the light in others and to hold the light and to heal the planet. But this happens with you first. This is your time now to take the light for yourself, to bring the light into you, to anchor this light so that it can supply everything that you need and want. This is about you being fulfilled and fulfilling your destinies, allowing for creation and expansion through your words and your acts and your deeds, following the calling from the highest, and indulging yourself in self-care and self-love and self-support. And letting your soul know that you are loved and blessed and fully supported. And through your intention, what does that look like if you are feeling fully loved, fully supported, fully healed? What does that look like for you? What are you able to do? What are you able to achieve? Listen to your teams as they talk to you now, giving you inspiration and guidance and clarity. I'm hearing new horizons for many of you. This is a new way of seeing things, a new way of experiencing things. I'm hearing that many of you are releasing challenges, surrendering to the old and opening to the new. And many of you will be experiencing more heartfelt connections, more divine guidance in a timely manner. And all of us are receiving a renewal of cells, regeneration of our souls. Now, in this meditation I want you to create a bit of a purpose for it, to receive, to get clarity, to be able to see things through the divine wisdom that surrounds you, that flows through you, that may be being ignited in you right now. They are saying to me, so many are having the light ignited within them in this moment. From your heart center, just ask your divine guidance team what you need to know now, what you need to feel now, what you need to hear now, and just be open to receive it. Receive it in your heart. Feel the love that is pouring into you now. Be ready to receive miracles in your life. The guidance that you've been asking for is coming. with great clarity and great precision. Many of you are being asked to hold space. This requires no action. It's just you opening your heart and allowing the light to flow in and out, around and through, fully encompassing you. And as this light flows through me, it flows through you. It flows through all of our brothers and our sisters in this world and in all. And we can collectively create the intention now that this light that we are feeling will be with us always, expanding, coming into its full power, especially through this eclipse portal today, clearing away the challenges, the difficulties, the darkness, and strengthening us all with the light, through the light, in the light. We are the light. Okay. And whenever you're ready, you can come out of that space and come back into our space together. Let me know in the comments how you're feeling. Let me know how that light transference is feeling for you. Make sure that you are drinking lots and lots and lots of live water today. And if you can, take as many little mini breaks as you can today. Today is going to be about comfort. So get your favorite blanket, your favorite book, and take pauses. Take the pauses to do what we just did, just to get into your heart center, just to feel the gratitude, just to feel the shifting and the changing. There's a lot happening behind the scenes. There's going to be a lot of action, a lot of energy going on behind the scenes. They're saying to me, a lot of pieces in movement. So remember that to follow your calling, your mission. So I feel like many of us right now, it's just that holding space, right? And so holding space means that we're just open. We're just vessels. We're just receiving it. We're just holding the light. So remind yourself about that. It's very soft. It's very gentle. It's just very open. Yes. Okay. How are you guys feeling now? Do you feel a little bit more grounded, a little bit more connected? That's beautiful, Claire. Beautiful. Yes. Pay attention, guys. Your teams are going to be communicating you in unique ways. Remember that. You're going to, some may be giving you tingles. You might be seeing the angel sparkles. You may be hearing divine guidance or support. Pay attention to this right now. Our communication systems are wide open, right? Wide open. So be open to receive everything that you need to receive. Yes, my it's time to go. My puppy wants out. She was sleeping through all this. So, okay. So sending you guys huge, yeah, I'm bonusing light white candle. Yes. Everything that you can do to infuse yourself with light today, do it. Light. That's beautiful, guys. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for connecting with me today. Remember, this just is continued. I'm just started to roll your ball. Now you're going to continue the momentum. This is going to be a beautiful day. We're going into a beautiful cycle of expansion. So remind yourself about that, guys. Thanks, Jennifer. Thank you. Thanks, Anita. And if you guys aren't subscribers to my newsletter on my website, please go and do that. Pop over there and just that you'll get connections from me, right? You'll get notifications when I'm going to go live and when we are doing things. Thanks, Megan. Thanks, everybody. Thanks so much. We'll stay connected. We are the light. Remember this, we are the light. Stay in the light today. That's all we need to do. Stay in the light. Sending you guys huge blessings. And I will talk to you soon. Take care, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.